Oh, hey, y'all are in here. Yeah, how's it going? How's it going? Bless up, bless up, bless up. Just tapped in from the gym. I'm gonna tap in for like a quick 20 minutes before I get to some recording, you know? We feeling good, highly blessed and highly favored today. How we doing? Hey, we got Tabitha in the building. How's it going, Tabitha? In my kitchen. Shernaz as well. E Bushy. Where my incense? Where my incense? Hey, we got 12. We got 12E here. I always say 12E. That's 12. I love this verse. Inuvela spegelele bathi ngona ukandukesha maningi wenza amaphepha maningi bathi nachalanta kathemba manje ibaba mdala kanje inuvela spegelele akasawashela mami ngona ukandukesha maningi wenza amaphepha maningi Ebati mali zapambili ungalahle izigwili kwama sabedwana ebarethi yazakuhlale sarawe athungalaleli labome ebati mali zapambili ungalahle izigwili kwama sabedwana ebarethi yazakuhlale sarawe. Who else we got in here? We got Sonia, we got Ty in here, we got Jennifer. Nice to see you, Jennifer. We got Lauren in here. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. We got T for you and me. What's the name of the song? The name of the song is Nonchalant by Mas Music and Dali Wango. Now this is my tune for the day. This is my one for the day. Much love from Kenya. Hey, sending love to Kenya. I know it's a little bit complicated out there in Nairobi right now. Sending love to Kenya. Much love. Y'all know Nairobi, one of my top favorite cities in the world, 100%. I love Nairobi. We got Detroit in the building as well. Make sure you hit that like button. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. Thank you. Pre-warning though, I'm not going to actually be here that long. I actually have a lot to do today. I just wanted to get the energy and motion and say what's up. Tap in. It's a beautiful day. How we feeling? I was just at the gym, had some lunch. Now I'm here with y'all. Starting a little bit late. It's already 1 o'clock, but I think I'm gonna be in here for most of the day. Got Be Productive in the building, Lena in the building. We got Julie here. Nice to see everybody. I'll be uploading another podcast for tomorrow, so check in on that. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday will be the schedule. Ooh, I like that. Hey, we standing on business today like Bieber. Y'all see that clip of Bieber? Bieber like, y'all don't see me. Y'all don't clock it when I'm standing on business. I'm like, that's the energy right now. Y'all don't clock it when I'm standing on business. No study stream today because I got recording to do. So I can only do study streams when I'm editing or doing writing and stuff like that. But if I need my camera, then, can't quite do those. But we will... I don't know, it's summer vibe. It's summer right now. Our study work with me stream still needed in the summertime? Y'all let me know. If so, then I can start bringing them back. Because I'll be working. I actually want to set up a setup at my house. Because I've actually been doing most of my editing at home. I just find it more comfortable to do it at home. So I need to set up a setup at my house where I can do the study streams. Because if I'm at home, I'll just go live every time I'm editing. Um, Let me write that down. Let me write that down so I don't forget and figure that setup out. Because then we can dive in on some evening streams or afternoon streams. You know? We got Zeta in the building. Nice to see you, Zeta. Nice to see you. Lauren says very much so. I guess, yeah, I guess summertime. Like, we're all adults. We're still grinding, right? We still grinding in the summertime, of course. We got FDs who says, yes, study time. I'm studying for state security / bond exams. Hello, Evie. Yes, study stream would be great for us. Okay, it is needed. So I guess I shall get to that. Admin work does not. Yeah, why was I thinking like everything stops in the summer? You know what it is? It's like my daughter finishes school this week. So I think I've almost like dropped into her spirit because like she's about to be like just free. You know, school ends this week. So maybe I was like, we're all adults. We still got a lot of shit to do. The adulting never stops. Why no more study streams? I just haven't really been in the studio here, but I'm going to set up a setup at my house. That's what we'll do. So I like to edit at home now. When I'm in here, I like to do like more experimental stuff, record and like some music stuff. But at home, I like to do my editing now. A little bit more comfortable. It isn't summer in all countries though. That's true. That's true. But I think majority. Nay says, do you make music or DJ? I make music. I can DJ, but would I say I'm confident right now to like DJ an actual party? No, I'd have to like practice for a while because it's like, it's been a long time. I did DJ a club one night, one time, and that went all right. But I mean, I have a great ear, so it wouldn't take me probably a couple weeks. It would take me a couple weeks of you know, build a set, and then I could go knock off an event. Crazy thing is, I get people all the time messaging me to like DJ parties and stuff like that. I've had people request me to come do their weddings or like different parties and things like that. Especially when I have like my music reels on Instagram. If they go viral, I get a lot of requests for that. But I never jumped into that world as of yet. But maybe, you know, the problem with DJing is I don't like staying up late. So I don't think I could actually be like a DJ. Like maybe day parties would be my vibe, but I don't like staying up till like 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to be in bed before midnight. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, yo, I legit can't do anything that seriously that's gonna require me to stay up past midnight, because I really don't. You know what the problem is for me? Is it doesn't matter what time I go to bed, I will always wake up early. So if I go to bed at 4 a.m., my body's still gonna wake up at least 8 a.m. Right? It's impossible for me to sleep past 8:30, no matter when I go to bed. If I go to bed at 5:30 a.m., I'm still waking up by 8. If I go to bed at 2, I'll wake up at 7. So that's why I don't like staying up late. How do you stay motivated to keep a good routine for your well-being and not get lost in the chaos of life? Well, I remind myself that staying on, you know, sometimes the routines need to evolve and change as well. So, you know, sometimes you have to mix it up to make it a little bit more fun. But that routine for your wellness, for your well-being is going to be the very thing that equips you so you can move through that chaos in life, right? The only way to get through it is to go through it, right? So you're going to need good sleep. You're going to need to make sure you're moving your body. Like anytime I kind of get a little bit, let's say, out of my body and like stressed or struggling, I come back and I just ask myself, like that day, I'm like, hey, Have you worked out today? Have you moved your body? Have you gone for a run? If the answer is no, then I know that's the first thing I need to do is like, how have you eaten today? How have you slept? Right? If those basics aren't taken care of, then I don't think anything else should be even entertained. Like, come back to the basics. You get those in order, then you just feel stronger. You feel good to move through life, because life is always going to throw us chaos and bullshit. That's just how it is, right? End of the day, we just get stronger, and then we always know we have to go through it to get through it, right? Like I always say, if you're going through a season of grief, there's no way to hack grief. You literally just have to go through all the emotions, the anger, the sorrow, the pain, the loss, whatever, the regret. You go through that whole spectrum of emotions, and then you come out on the other side at some point. Or you can distract yourself and create more mess and chaos, thinking that, you're not going to have to deal with it, but at some point you will. So the only way to get through it is to go through it, so we have our practices and our routines and the things that keep us grounded and sane. So we are equipped and we are stronger, things that I'm doing right now, the gym, I like to hit the ocean. My thing right now is like some type of physical activity every day, some days I'm not gonna lie, I miss it, but like right now it's like if I don't go to the gym, then it's like, okay, then I'm doing a bike ride, or I'm hitting my kayak, so I'm getting those rows in or something, something for the body every day, something for the mind every day, something for the spirit every day. For me, for the spirit, it's like just, whatever brings me joy, good conversations, creating, right? Creating with no pressure, creating not even for social media, but just for myself. Like that's been my thing these days. I've just been making things behind the scenes I haven't shared, and they're going to come into fruition and they're going to come online. But, that feeds my spirit. Our highest form of nutrition is definitely in our expression. I haven't been meditating that much, but that's okay. I feel like I've been doing other things that have been feeling like a meditation. Sometimes I meditate with like ASMR. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. How are you navigating your personal life with all the chaos in the world? Okay. I'll be honest. I can't do anything about the chaos in the world, right? Literally, I can't do anything about it. So I literally, I'll tune in at certain points of the week just to like stay updated if I feel like I need to, but I can't do anything about it. So I focus on what I can do in my life. And if I know anybody that's like directly impacted by something, then, I'm sending out my prayers for them and I'm connecting with them to make sure they're good. But beyond that, I'm not really trying to sit on the internet all day and scrolling through the algorithms, all these different news articles with the headlines, trying to grab my attention and pour fear into my heart, and then all the different debates about things online. I'm not trying to consume those things. Like it just poisons my mind. So I can't do anything about certain things right now, but I believe that like one day, who knows, like, God may use us in different ways for different things. We all have soft spots. And right now I'm like, I can't do nothing about what's happening in the world right now. Literally can't do nothing but like send a prayer and make sure those who are closest to me, who feel deeply affected, that, let them know like, hey, if you need to talk, I'm always here. Beyond that, there's nothing else I can do. I have like, y'all know me, like I keep Opal on my phone. Like I can't even go on Instagram or TikTok right now. Like even on my computer, Twitter's blocked at all times. Even my newsfeed on YouTube, the homepage is blocked. So when I go to YouTube, I don't see any videos. All I see is the search bar and I can just search what I want to go for. So I really block what comes into my atmosphere. And, some people may say, well, ignorance is bliss. It's like, well, I actually like select what days I'm going to like tune in and see what's happening. But by no means am I trying to be on Instagram all day debating with people and like consuming news. It just doesn't do anything for me, like can't do nothing about that. Do you ever consider protesting? I'm in Canada, so there's rarely like protests. I mean, we have an art gallery here downtown, and probably every weekend there's a different protest for like a different thing. But like I'm in Canada, I'm not in America, y'all. So like I know in America y'all have a lot of protests, but like I'm in Canada. So like someone says hi, Heinz, don't be minding nobody. Yeah. We in Canada we have our own different things going on, but like, do I go to protests? We never really have protests here. There's like little ones that happen here and there, but like, no, there's not really protests here. Like, no, I believe, I already know what I want to do in in life as my access service. And, there's already things I am already doing, but there's things that are much bigger. And I'm working myself into a position so I can fulfill those things, things I have a soft heart for. So like right now, like, I just do what I can do the best we can while we can, but I don't get into politics online. It's literally, I see no point in it for myself, right? I see no point in it for myself. Someone said, great answer. I'm from Canada. Listen, it's very easy, even as a Canadian, to be consumed by America. And like one thing I've learned is like, man, again, like I said, right now in Kenya, I know there's a lot going on in Kenya, right? There's like a police almost killed somebody and almost killed like another protester. So, like I'll send a prayer out and I'll talk to who I have to talk to, who I'm connected to. Beyond that, what can I do? If I could press a button and just fix something, I would. Someone says, I'm shocked. I love our Canadians, but for some reason I just assumed you were in the States. Yeah, no. Canadian born, Canadian raised. America is about 30 minutes away from me, but Canada, we have our own different problems from America. And we have actually, we have similar problems as well, but things are different, How do you manage your time with your podcast, YouTube, and other platforms? I listen to your podcast every morning as part of my meditation. Man, that's a good question. If you asked me that question 2-3 years ago, I could tell you exactly how. Right now, I can't really tell you how because I haven't really been consistent on any platform, right? So normally it really just comes to like scheduling and the umbrella effect. So making content that can distribute to multiple platforms at once, right? Like last year, I would go on live stream for like 2 hours and then I would take clips out of that live stream and post it to Instagram and shorts. And then I would take, if I found like a really good 10-minute segment, I would take that and post it to my podcast. So creating like one really good piece of content that can serve as an umbrella, right? What happens with an umbrella? Rain falls off, right? All at different points. So I like to focus on one piece and then I'm like, how can this one piece be redistributed? And then when I have extra time, I like to create dedicated pieces for platforms. Now, the podcasts, like 99% of them are all dedicated uploads. Instagram, a lot of the times will be repurposed. But in this next season moving forward, a lot of my Instagram, I don't want it to be clips from my videos. That's why I haven't been posting. I want my Instagram to be like actually a completely different feel and like more creative. I want my Instagram to be heavily more creative and music based. And like my YouTube will just be what I do, still figuring that out sometimes. But yeah, everything changes. Like right now I'm using an app called XTiles for all my organization and like planning. So it's kind of like Notion and it's kind of like Miro, but I find it's a little bit better for my use case for like how I think and whatnot. So I use XTiles and I use Google Calendar and just plan. And I have this thing called the 48-hour system. So for 48 hours, I kind of focus on one thing. So like for 48 hours, I may focus on YouTube. And 48 hours, I may focus on podcasts and I'll bulk them. And then for 48 hours, I'll have like experiment time. So that's just time I get to do whatever I want and like just experiment and make things. And then for 48 hours, I might focus on some administration stuff. That's what helps me because I need to simplify. I don't like switching between 20 different tasks, every single day. It doesn't work for me. Simplicity is like everything for me. One thing that's so important just in life, not even content creation, I realize is like really realizing like, man, we all operate completely different. We have different brains, and you really have to take time to understand your own mind and not demonize how your mind works, because you may be looking at somebody else and be like, oh, how do they do this, that, and this? And like, they're so organized with this. And then you basically judge yourself and shame yourself for not operating like them. But really what you have to do is understand how you operate and to strengthen that and triple down, and then know your weaknesses and find ways to leverage and, even create like a healthy crutch to uplift those weaknesses. And that's what I did. And I realized simplicity is really important for me. I have a lot of reminders as well in my calendars. Like I have reminders going off all day, every day. I'll even tell people if I'm like working with them on something, hey, remind me, because I need reminders, because I'll forget. I'll forget because I'll just be thinking about something else or focus on something else. So you really have to understand your own mind and then create a system that works for you, right? And even for me as a creator, I realize my system is, I come in swinging. I come in like full speed at times, and then I kind of come in like slower at times. And that's just my rhythm at times. Like that's just what I do, right? So you got to understand yourself. I also really don't I really don't consume much stuff these days, which I love. So that helps a lot as well, by not comparing and everything like that, you know? Someone said, what's the difference between that and Notion, the layout? So the layout is more like Miro. It's got the freedom of Miro, but the structure of Notion. So Notion is pure structure to me. There's no like whiteboard in Notion where you can just like roam around anywhere. XTiles is different. If I had it on this computer right now, I would do a screen share. I'll do a screen share a different day and I'll go through my system. Because I just like redesigned the system a couple of weeks ago, because I felt like I needed a new one that I'm like, Notion wasn't working for me as I wanted it to. There's a couple of things with XTiles I don't like, but I'm actually scheduling a call with the software developers to be like, hey, can you change some things? Do you have an agent or a PA, or do you work completely independently? Thanks so much for the insight. At the moment, I work completely independently. A year ago, I did have you can say like a manager type in Mexico, and but she had a baby. So we stopped working together. Since then, I've been by myself. Before then, more often than not, I've been pretty much always by myself. But I'm back in that space again where I'm like trying to find the right people. Problem is, people always, everyone's got their price, but people always come to me acting like I'm like uber rich or something and like giving me these like prices. I'm just like, I can't pay that right now. Or I don't want to pay that right now. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now I do everything myself. And I just want to, I want like a simple process. I don't even want a big team. You understand? I'd rather do things with people more project based and have like one main person I work with that's like, just helping me with screws loose. But like when I go do different projects and, outsource and bring people on for individual projects, that's what I did with the reminder deck, right? Reminder deck, I had a designer and I had basically a creative director / like project manager. Right. And once the project was done, then we stopped working together. So I like doing things like that. Yes, Tabitha, it's called XTiles. So that's the one I'm playing with right now. Again, there's a couple things I don't like about it, but I'm hoping it's like a newer one. So it's obviously going to be changing. And I want to have a call with them, which I'm going to have a call with them. I already talked to them about it, and I want to mention some things so they can change them. Or I was thinking about just making my own, because since now with AI, like you can do a lot of vibe coding and like just make your own software. But at this moment in time, I don't have time. At this moment in time, I don't want to dedicate any time to that. But at some point, I might just do that myself and make like the perfect system that works just for me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What time is it? Okay, I got a couple more minutes. People be doing too much but producing nothing. Shake my head. Might as well do it ourselves. It's hard not to consume. That's what I've been working on. So what I find is when I'm excited with life or I'm excited with like things that I'm doing, I just naturally don't consume as much. Like it doesn't even require discipline because I'm like, I just want to make things. Like I just want to work on. I have this new obsession. If I don't have that obsession, that's why I create barriers. That's why I have app blockers on my phone. I can't consume. Even if I wanted to consume right now on my phone, I can't. It's not possible, right? When does this app blocker go till? This app blocker goes till 3:30, opens up for 30 minutes and goes again till 7 p.m. Right? And then on my computer, I have blockers as well. So So with the blockers, plus with the current obsession and just excitement with life, I'm just naturally and intentionally not consuming much at all. I don't watch reels on Instagram. I watch some TikToks here and there because they be funny, but I rarely ever watch a reel, you know? But we have seasons, you know, sometimes it's not bad to consume things. You know, we do the best we can while we can. We have our balances and things like that, you know? Number one chill spot, we chilling. I got a lot to do today. I'm here for a couple more minutes before I get on to what I got to do and experiment and whatnot. But we're definitely in a season where we're like creating new routines and new systems and like, you know, new operating systems for ourselves. So ones that work and truly align, you know, so we're not sprinting and burning out, but, you know, we just find ourselves in like a beautiful rhythm. This is a nice question, Anon. What do you figure? How do you figure out what to create? I really never figure it out by just sitting down and thinking like, what am I going to create? I'm much more of a sculptor. I'm much more of a let me just get started. Let me just make some music, and then making that music, I might hit a vibe, or maybe I meet up with a friend and we have a conversation, and something about that conversation sticks out to me, and then boom, that's a podcast episode. So for me, it's more about like living my life in a way where I'm like creating sources of inspiration, and then also just like diving into whatever process. Like the other day, I was filming some stuff in my house. I had no idea what I would do with it. I was just filming actually some like tea stuff. I had this new teapot. I'm like, yo, let me just like get real nerdy with this right now. I spent like 4 hours filming this damn teapot, like ASMR style. It was cool. But when I was editing, I ended up having like 10 more ideas of what I could do and different things like that. So I'm much more of a sculptor than like a idea person. Like my ideas come in the process or after. So a lot of sculpting for me. I've never, even back in the day when I shot like videos and things like that, like I always said I was really good at guerrilla filmmaking, like just going out and just filming and then coming back, looking at the footage, going through it, and then starting to build the story from there. Casey Neistat talks about that, where he's like, I build the story in the edit a lot of the times, and that's for me too. Some people can like write the whole story beforehand. For me, it's like a lot of times in the edit. But for like my YouTube, where, you know, I'm really just speaking, it really just comes with like, you know, something comes to mind, resonates. I feel that feeling like, ooh, and let me talk about that. And then I just talk about that. So. Oh shit. The dogs are going crazy. Yes. So yeah, I've been open with my friends about my therapy experience, but they didn't seem comfortable even though they were open to it. Am I oversharing, or is this a necessary thing to normalize in our conversations? I just don't think everybody has the tools, or everyone's not equipped to go through what you're going through. So you may share some things with some people and they're just not equipped to even like have those conversations with you. You know, like let's say you needed some like financial advice. Would you get financial advice from like your brokest friend who's in debt? No, you'd be like, why would I even go to them? So I kind of see it like that. Like some things I won't talk to with certain people. And how do I know that? Well, maybe I brought certain things up with them and I just realized, hey, this isn't the space to like have these type of conversations. And I kind of know who to go to for what. So yeah, if I was in therapy and I wanted to share something with it, if I think about my friend groups right now and people, I already know who I would share that with and who I wouldn't actually. And I don't really take no negative perspective against anybody if I feel like they can't meet me at that level of conversation I'm seeking, because maybe our relationship isn't just there, or that's not the frequency of our relationship. You know, like some relationships are going to be deeper, you know, some are going to be more built on like just joy and laughter and like fooling around and like, being silly and whatnot. Others are more intimate, others are more like an acquaintance. So for me, it's really just like understanding the dynamics of my relationships. But some can evolve, right? And that takes work. So if you want to evolve them, yeah, or you can just bring it up. But I kind of know who to go to and who not to. And that's a good thing about a therapist, right? Is that like the therapist is there for you to have those conversations, Um, you know, like when I started going to therapy, I went to therapy just because I felt like there's nobody in my life I wanted to talk to about the things I wanted to talk about, you know? I really just wanted a soundboard, So not faulting the people in my life for me not thinking that I can't talk to them about those things. I'm just like, that's not who I even want to talk to about it. So, nothing wrong with that. Doing the best we can while we can. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, y'all. I should probably get some work done. I just want to tap in quickly with you today. Say what's up. This is us just getting the energy and motion until we start streaming more. I'm gonna build that setup at my house as well. So when I'm editing at home, we can do some study streams, work with me streams. That'll be a vibe. We can get this working together. I know some people in the streams, ended up graduating or getting their degrees, and the streams were like there for them through that journey. So I love seeing that. I remember I saw Yafet post on stories. I'm not sure what finished, but study streams came back. Beautiful. Weather Channel Hines, I finally have my daughter back with me after not seeing them in person for 14 months. It's such a beautiful time, but I am still struggling with my mental health. Yeah, that is beautiful to be back with your daughter. I mean, we all have those little struggles, but you have a little princess in front of you. That's like a constant reminder to take care of yourself so you can be the best for her. So just keep that at top of mind. It's not easy being a parent, but it's also a beautiful, beautiful feeling. Like I was like all week, this is the last week of my daughter is in, like I'd be like mind blown sometimes. I'm like, how do I have a daughter that's in grade 11? This makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? That's like kind of the benefit of having a kid young, is that like, when they become a teenager, like you're still young in ways as well. So it's like you can relate in so many ways. But I was bugging her. I was like, yo, this is the last Monday ever of grade 11. And then she texts me while she's at school. She's like, this is the last Monday of grade 11, with like the brain exploding emoji. I was like, yeah, we almost done. I feel like I'm graduating as well. I was saying that to my homie at the gym. I was like, my daughter's graduating next year. I'm graduating as well. Like, let me walk across the podium. No, I'm just joking. But I do feel like that. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful being a parent. Shout out to all the parents out there. You know what I'm saying? After the fall, saddest part of your stream is when you leave. Yeah, I mean, endings always come. Today's short, but don't worry, we'll have longer ones. We'll have longer ones. We'll have more consistent ones. But I really gotta do some other things today before I get tired. So thank you for just saying hi with me. This is like the number one way I connect, is by streaming. So I appreciate y'all. Number one chill spot on the internet. How old are you? I'm like Mariah Carey and Mariah. Timeless, you understand? We don't even have birthdays.